Hold on tight, because what just exploded behind the scenes of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta makes every past scandal look like child's play. Word on the street. Something went down so nasty, so chaotic, so deeply personal, that not even Mona Scott's tightest NDAs could keep a lid on it. This wasn't just a fight. This was a betrayal. A full-on emotional ambush. And at the center of it, Yandy Smith Harris, tears streaming, mic still hot, slamming doors and storming off set while producers scrambled to contain the fallout. The whispers came fast. Leaked footage, insider texts, paparazzi voice notes caught in the wind, all saying the same thing. Rasheeda didn't just stand by and let it happen. She took a side, and not the side anyone expected, not Yandy's no. She stood shoulder to shoulder with Jessica Dime, and that decision, that shift in loyalty, it broke something sacred, something that might never be mended. It all started with what should have been a calm night, a girls' dinner, wine, candles, luxury dishes, the illusion of peace. But from the moment Yandy stepped into the room, everything changed. She felt it in the air. Like electricity before a lightning strike, the long mahogany table, dressed in flickering candlelight and rose petals, couldn't soften the knives hiding behind those smiles. Jessica was already there, seated like she owned the crown, wine glass in hand, posture poised for war. Rasheeda arrived late, her smile tight, her laugh hollow. You could see it in her eyes, the tension, the discomfort, the secrets clawing to stay buried. Other cast members trickled in slowly, each exchanging those quick glances, the kind of glances people give when they know someone's about to be sacrificed. Yandy took her seat, silent, composed, but her hand trembled as she poured herself a glass of sparkling water. Her fingers couldn't hide it. Across the table, Jessica raised her glass and offered a toast. Not to sisterhood, not to healing, but to two truths we can't hide. The words hung like smoke in the air. Yandy met her toast, cold, controlled. Cheers, she said, but her voice was sharp, a blade. Rasheeda tried to smooth things over. Let's just eat and talk about something fun, she said, but even her voice cracked. She knew what time it was. The appetizers came, shrimp cocktail bruschetta, but nobody touched a thing. Jessica leaned in, elbows on the table, eyes fixed on Yandy like a sniper. So, Miss Perfect, she cooed, how's life now that you're so busy bossing everyone around? Yandy didn't flinch. She set her fork down. Funny how some people tear others down to feel tall, she replied. Her voice was smooth, but her skin flushed red. Jessica smirked. I'm not tearing anything down, sis. I'm just keeping it real. Some of us don't have time for fake crowns. Bambi shifted in her seat. Erica avoided eye contact. Rasheeda looked from one woman to the other. Caught in a war she never expected to fight out loud, Yandy leaned forward, fork still in hand. Real crowns, she said. You think I didn't earn this? I built what I have. From the ground up. You want to talk about struggle? Try doing it without handouts. Try doing it while raising a family. Jessica chuckled, condescending. Oh honey, you act like you invented hard work. Don't forget, I've been grinding just as long. The tension rose like steam from a boiling pot. Old wounds flared, hidden resentments began surfacing. Rasheeda tried again to calm the energy. Stop, both of you, she pleaded. We're here to reconnect, remember? But no one was listening anymore. Voices rose, accusations overlapped. Yandy called Jessica out for clout chasing. Jessica fired back, dragging Yandy's past decisions. The air was thick, heavy with secrets, spilled wine, and simmering rage. Producers hovered at the edge of the room. Do they cut, or let it burn? Jessica slapped her hand on the table. Glasses clinked, silverware rattled. You think you're the only one with a story. She spat. Newsflash, everybody's got dirt. Yandy stood so fast her chair scraped across the hardwood. You think, I don't know, you think you can come for me with lies and not get checked. She started toward Jessica. Her voice cracked, not from fear, but fury. Rasheeda jumped between them. Yandy, chill, she pleaded, hands up, trying to stop the explosion. Yandy, eyes snapped to Rasheeda. Stay out of this, she hissed. You're just jealous, you never got the crown. Jessica laughed. That's right, Rasheeda. Say it, say who really deserves the throne. Rasheeda's face tightened, her arms dropped. I'm not picking sides, she said. Yandy's voice dropped to a whisper. Then what are you doing? Her eyes shimmered, not with anger but betrayal. Jessica stepped forward, voice calm, controlled. We're tired of the act, Yandy, the fake perfection, the sanctimony. You ain't the only one with a crown. Yandy turned away, her breath heavy. The table, once a symbol of unity, was now a battlefield. Maybe you should look in the mirror, Rasheeda said. And those words. They cut deeper than anything Jessica had said all night. Silence, Yandy single quotes as shoulders stiffened. You too, she whispered, her voice shook. Her heart cracked. Jessica's smile twisted. That's right, we're done pretending. Glasses tipped over. Red wine spilled like blood across white linens. The thunder outside rattled the windows. As Yandy grabbed her purse, I'm done, she said. Her heels echoed down the hallway as she stormed out. Cameras trailing, catching every step like a funeral march. In the hallway, she stopped, leaned against the wall. Tears fell fast, hot, unstoppable. Erica appeared behind her, quiet, concerned. They turned on me, Yandy whispered. Who? Erica asked gently. Yandy's voice cracked. Rasheeda, Jessica, both back in the dining room. The air was thick with tension. Rasheeda stared at her hands. Jessica's smirk faded just a touch. Bambi whispered to Scrappy, this ain't over. Scrappy shook his head. Nope, this is just beginning. Outside, Yandy paced under the awning as rain drenched her curls. Her phone rang non-stop. Calls from producers, publicists, castmates, all ignored. She slammed the phone down on the bench and looked up at the sky. Memories came rushing back. Every time she defended Rasheeda. Every second chance she gave Jessica. Every time she put someone else before herself. And now here she was. Alone, drenched, betrayed. Inside her trailer, she dried her face and locked the door. But she wasn't done. Rasheeda approached the trailer, hesitant. She looked like she hadn't slept. When Yandy opened the door, their eyes met. The tension was so thick it could have shattered glass. I heard about the memo, Rasheeda said softly. Yandy's jaw tightened. You heard, did you leak it? Rasheeda's voice trembled. No, I swear, Yandy, I didn't. Then who? Yandy asked. Rasheeda looked away. The silence between them was loud. And dangerous. Backstage, Jessica sat in a stylist's chair, adjusting her wig like nothing had happened. Her reflection smirked back at her. I'm electric, she whispered to herself. She wasn't done. Not by a long shot. A text left her phone. The blue tick lit up. Footage was queued. Reactions pre-recorded. Clips ready for the blogs. Jessica wasn't just surviving the storm. She was steering it. And baby, the next round was going to be televised. The morning after the storm wasn't any calmer. If anything, the aftermath was heavier. The studio lot was buzzing with whispers. Cast trailers were locked. And even the makeup team kept glancing over their shoulders like another bomb was about to drop. Because what happened last night wasn't just reality TV drama, was betrayal caught on camera, and every single person knew that nothing would be the same. Yandy didn't show up for the group picnic shoot. Instead, she requested a solo confessional. When the cameras rolled, she was already sitting there composed, but cold. Her voice didn't shake this time. Sometimes, she said, looking directly into the lens. You think you know someone until they show you who they really are, and then there's no turning back. She paused, her breath measured. I'm choosing myself now. Not just for the cameras. For real. Meanwhile, Rasheeda sat beneath harsh studio lights, rehearsing her apology. She was pacing like her feet couldn't stay still, like her guilt was physically pushing her forward. When it was her turn, she sat down, looked directly into the camera, and said, I made a choice that hurt the person I love most. Yandy, you have every right to be mad. I can only ask for forgiveness and promise to earn it back. Tears filled her eyes, and as soon as the lights dimmed, she collapsed into a chair, head in hands. It wasn't just guilt. It was regret that sat heavy on her shoulders. Jessica, on the other hand, wasn't breaking a sweat. Her reaction video was already live by the time Rasheeda finished taping. Neon lights in the background, selfie mode on full blast. She looked directly into the camera. Fans want the tea. Here's the truth, she purred. I'm tired of playing sidekick to a queen who thinks she's above it all. I did what anyone would do. I took my shot. She winked. Stay tuned for more realness. The video hit thousands of views in minutes. Comments flooded in. Some praised her boldness. Others dragged her for filth. But Jessica didn't care. Attention was attention. Later that day, producers called a surprise mediation shoot, a sit-down, just Yandy, Rasheeda, and Jessica at a round table. Cameras hidden but rolling. Yandy arrived first. Erica and Scrappy sat nearby. Silent support. Rasheeda entered next, eyes down. Jessica came last, gliding in like she owned the studio. The executive producer's voice echoed through a speaker. We need resolution. Or escalation. It's your choice. Yandy locked eyes with Rasheeda. Her voice was calm but cut like ice. I came here to build, not destroy. I trusted you, Rasheeda, and you stabbed me in the back. Rasheeda's voice broke. I'm sorry, she whispered. I was scared of losing you, so I chased approval. Yandy nodded slowly. That hurt, but I see your regret. Then she turned to Jessica. And you. Why laugh at me? Why make me the villain? Jessica didn't flinch. Because in this world, only the bold survive. I wanted to prove I have power. The tension was thick enough to taste. Scrappy shifted in his chair. Erica glanced at Bambi, unsure. Rasheeda leaned forward, her voice shaking. Can we try to heal? Jessica looked at them both. I don't know if I can forgive or forget, but I respect the honesty. Yandy took a breath. Trust takes time, but I'm willing to try. Rasheeda reached out, her hand trembling. Yandy didn't pull away. Jessica paused, then placed her fingers on the edge of the table. It wasn't a hug, it wasn't peace. But it was a start. Behind the scenes, producers smiled. This was the moment. The next shoot was a group challenge at a luxury loft. Mimosas, strawberries, sunlight spilling across polished floors. But the smiles were brittle. The air too quiet. Yandy arrived first, calm, but guarded. Rasheeda followed. Jessica drifted in, sunglasses on indoors. The director called for light banter, but every joke was stiff. Every laugh forced. Then came the twist. A producer whispered to the cast, "We have a surprise guest." Moments later, K. Michelle stepped into the room, holding a crimson-sealed letter. "This letter holds a truth that could change everything," she said. "Only one of you will leave untouched. Choose wisely." Shock rippled through the cast. Then came the real curveball. Each woman would now confess a secret. Something real. Something raw, or face elimination from the challenge. Yandy stood first, her voice firm. "I sacrificed for this family. And what I got was betrayal. My secret. I still carry the pain. Every single day." Rasheeda stood next, visibly trembling. "I followed instead of lead. I hurt the one person who loved me unconditionally. My secret is, I'm afraid sorry won't ever be enough." Jessica rose, last eyes fierce. "I crave respect. So much, I'll do whatever it takes. Even crush friendships." The room was dead silent. Then came the bombshell. K. Michelle unsealed the letter. "You must now vote on who should stay in this alliance. And who should be out." They voted in private booths. Hands shook. Faces crumbled. When the results were read aloud, hearts cracked. "Jessica, you are safe. Rasheeda, you are safe. Yandy, you are the odd one out." Silence. Then ... Yandy Y stood. "I understand," she said. She turned to Rasheeda. "Thank you for standing by me." She walked to the door, heels clicking like a verdict. "I'll see you at the reunion." And just like that, she was gone. Outside, the streets lit up with hashtags. Hashtag Justice for Yandy. Hashtag Jessica Ruthless. Hashtag Rasheeda Conflicted. The public had chosen a side, and it wasn't the one the cast expected. Later that night, alone in her trailer, Yandy scrolled through hundreds of fan messages. Tears welled again. Not from sadness. From strength. She typed one sentence into her notes app. "I didn't lose. I learned." And just like that, she shut her phone, looked in the mirror, and whispered, "Let's begin again. Because the real war, that's just getting started."